What? You mean to go there to investigate? And again, you are more than capable of defending yourself, as you wish. We will leave this in your hands. The Grand Skull Ground is situated at the base of Kahidaka here. I myself am not familiar with the mountain paths, but the quarry workers are bound to know many. Portananiad, for instance, he has worked there the longest. Go well, my friend, and may the sisters help you.
Borrowed?
But since you're here for the box, I took all my treasures out. That's why it's empty.
You used it to store your things? Then where are the original contents of the box? That's what I want.
Oh, you want the thing that used to be in the box? You should have said so.
That sounds like
Emma broken
right
it.
There.
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Nah, I'd think once.
Huh? Who are you?
That doesn't matter. All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn back.
Oh, it's not too late for you if we
You
turn
must
back.
be Sinu. I've
We
heard a
don't
lot
really
about
care about
you.
saving
You've got
your
quite
life,
a
though.
reputation. But this time you're in over your head. Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed.
You want forgiveness? Get religion.
And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you? Hmm?
That's right. We won't just sit back and do nothing.
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Sino? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation. I can't think of a reason why you would pass that up.
Is that so?
Corrupt?
Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my way.
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure you disappear. Since you won't turn back willingly, then we're gonna have to make you go back.
You can try.
Happy to oblige.
Nowhere to run!
Steady us. Protect us.
No, my sword.
The fuse is lit.
Alright, welcome, welcome. Yes, it looks like we are good. We gotta get over there. I don't know if we can go this way. Oh. Whoa, why am I still getting pushed that way? That does not make sense. Wait.
If these items are unclaimed, we may take them without controversy.
The boxes just keep appearing. I see these paper airplane things.
Don't get too close. Here's
Track 'em to ashes! A stroke of good luck, and a very welcome one.
It's interesting. I keep hearing something over here. What is it? Is that it? Uh-huh. That must have been what it was. Yeah. I was gonna say, I keep hearing something over here. Does it want me to put it over here? No, I don't think so. Okay.
If these items are unclaimed, we may take them without controversy.
Oh, come on. I
Not
pressed
bad.
it right at... My goodness. Latency issues are the worst.
Justice will prevail!
I got you covered!
Power that ended Python! Into the shadows. Time to testify.
That's gonna kill him. Yeah.
The more the merrier. First round's on me.
No, I'm still getting that sound. What? Is it below here? Definitely. Think. Am I really supposed to go all this way with the bomb? I think maybe. Yeah. Oh.
Drop your weapon!
Oh, that's a sword?
The fortune slip was right.
I already got our outfit, so that's really the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that we really care about. Interesting, I don't see the sword laying anywhere. It'd actually be faster if I fast travel to it, because it's above me. Yeah. Okay, why are we still hearing something back there? I have no idea. That's weird.
Yeah!
Wait.
You asked for it! Check this out! Here's back to ashes!
Yeah, they all dead. Oh, here he is.
The more the merrier. First round's on me!
What's the point of this? I have no idea. Are we just trying to build more houses? Is that the thing? Okay, yeah.
The more the merrier. First round's on me!
Oh, what the? Then the boxes disappear? How are we supposed to do that then? Unless I use that. Outside of doing that, I don't think there's any way that you could possibly... Then where? Yeah, what the heck? Is it below us? What on earth? I have no idea. I don't know if those boxes are supposed to disappear or not. Oh, I see. I completely missed this part. Aha.
The more the merrier. First round's on me!
No, I couldn't quite grab it. Okay. Still kind of
Rice from a
tuning these more or less to
11234
where-
says so.
exactly where
I saw
want.
the 18 section of Discord.
Oh, you did? Have you been scarred for life now? Why is the one box turned sideways? What? Do they want us to land on all three of these boxes to turn it right side up or something? Oh. That's something different. Okay. Oh. So it rotates these. Oh, weird.
Rice from a 11234 says I saw you shirtless.
Oh, yes. Now you have been scarred for life. And no, I did not use any filters for that.
The more the merrier. First round's on me.
Oh, let's see, there we go. Go to the highest point of the island and hang the lamp at the highest point. Okay. Where this lamp? Lampu. Wouldn't be one of these things, right? I don't think so. Oh, if I don't do that, well, that's interesting. I didn't know that that was a thing.
Rice Farmer
Oh,
11234
okay.
says if you unlocked it you can use the feather to easily look for chests.
Oh, that's right, yes. You are correct. I forgot about that. Aha. Is it Z? Yeah, it's holding down Z that we can... Ah, shoot. Okay, I'm gonna need to... How do we customize it again? Oh, yeah, it's our quick swap. So 2 we will put as... That 3 we will put as fan. Does this do anything? Okay. No, I think we'll just do this, yeah.
Nice. I'm starting to lose count.
Because if I switch it back, yeah, it won't do anything, okay. So it'll still have those. Sub base on these is insane. Oh, there's a message thing below me.
Rice Farmer 11234 says without the ether I would have gone crazy.
Paimon is saying that's a lot of wind. I have no idea. Let me see, can we climb past
Rice
it?
Farmer 11234 says
Oh, I
that's
don't
from
know
a
if it
quest you
will
can
let
do
us.
anything yet.
Let me have these.
Rice Farmer 11234 says it's on the island, just look for the toy dude.
Shoot. Yeah, it won't let us. Let me see. Let me see if I can break the game. Maybe. See if we can cheat. Oh, not quite. Okay. Let's see. Oh, she won't quite attach to the walls. Okay. Let me see. No.
Rice Farmer 11234 says there's nothing behind there.
I was seeing if I could break the game. They won't let me. It says go to the highest point of the island and hang the lamp at the highest point. I think, yeah, we already picked up the lamp at the lighthouse, so I don't know exactly how we would place it. Can we climb up this? If it will let us climb it. Okay. Is it somewhere in our inventory? I think it would be this. Yeah. How do we place it then? I think this is the highest point, I would think. Is this one of these things where I'm gonna have to look it up online? I'm pretty sure I did, though.
Rice Farmer 11234
The guy
says
back
I
at the
think you need
lighthouse,
to
right?
talk to the toy guy first.
Or is there a different one? Well, I talked to the guy at the lighthouse. Oh, it might be this guy? Aha! Hello there. Did you plant this tree? We'd like to decorate it a bit. We'd like to hang a lamp on this tree.
Rice Farmer 11234 says now on the island you are currently standing on.
Yeah. A lamp? Well, putting one up would be nice. Some warm light might do Shang Ving's mood some good. Might even put us on speaking terms again. Please do lend us a hand, and if I may help lend you one in turn, just say the word and it shall be so. Nice. Smooth sailing so far. Traveler, come on, let's hang this lamp up. Aye aye, Captain Paimon. That's not quite the highest point there, but that should do it. The light should shine far and wide now. Not that anything's happened yet. So what do we do now? We wait, of course. Maybe those ventures those venturers have seen the light already and are on their way back as we speak. Who asked you, Paimon? Huh. Nothing's happened. Not a person has returned. Not to disturb you or anything, but were you intending to do, what were you intending to do by hanging up the light again? Well, long story short, you tell Pandul what happened. I see, I've heard about the issue with Ensor and the lighthouse as well, and this idea is a good one. However, perhaps we could hang it up still higher. Paimon, fly the lamp way up, would you? And how long is Paimon supposed to stay up there, huh? We don't know what the ideal elevation is. It's not like we can take measurements every few meters or something. If only there was a way to hook it in the sky. Was a hook in the sky for us to hang the lamp on. Hanging the lamp up in the sky. That could perhaps be possible. See? Told you there was a way. Please, let me finish. The idea of mine may not actually work. The Whispering Isle is not far from here. It's a gift offered unto the goddess on the island. She will grant supplication their wish. Whoa, that's some island. Righto, so let's take the lamp on over to that Whispering Island and see what the deal is. I said I do not know if the goddess will hear our wishes. I've been to that island to offer gifts, but my wishes were not granted. Perhaps something's gone wrong somewhere. What did you wish for? My wish is a simple one, to be friends with Shuvgin forever. Interesting. We used to live here together, taking care of this tree, drinking tea and chatting. He once set off on a long journey, and when he returned, he was almost unrecognizable. Not that it would have should have mattered. We were friends, I thought. We'd understand one another. But he grew stranger and stranger, his days filled with old mumblings and melancholy. He even rejected my tea party invitations. I feared that he might no longer want to be my friend, so I made plans to go to the Whispering Isle and make a wish to the goddess.
1234 says there is a chest you can get by sitting on a bench and being a toys therapist.
Oh, I think I might have gotten that one. The oldest legend in our village says that originally the goddesses greatly favored the brave. So long as a valiant person was there to bring her a gift as proof of their courage, she would respond to them. But I feared that she would not bestow her favor upon me, and so I brought a dragon scale with me. Do you know about the giant dragon that suddenly emerged from the titanium mines? It flattened a great many homes and even mashed that mountain. Now, our venturers can no longer repair their boats or make tools there, and have had to change from whence they embark on their adventures. That mountain is just over there. Nowadays, he's as broken as the broken sea itself. We've constantly tried to chase the dragon away and defend our village. Whenever it flew above our village, we would grab chairs, tables, forks, and spoons with which to chase it away. Seems as if you succeeded thus far. We should prepare a few utensils ourselves. Hey, it's not like that dragon's made of bread or butter or something. Forks and spoons wouldn't do squat to it. What does Paimon know? Paimon never does any fighting. Well, whatever the case may be, at least that dragon hasn't come back to set fire to the village or roll over it or anything like that. Mini Durin's no evil dragon. He just wants to be friends with everyone. Is that so? In that case, his way of showing it is most unexpected. Well, we couldn't understand what he was saying at the time anyway, so all we could do was chase him off. When he left behind a scale. I believed that it would prove my courage, and my neighbors thought so too.
Rice Farmer 11234 says just believe. Maybe if you pretend it's a chicken Alfredo.
It's a big flying chicken. When I put the scale before the statue of the goddess, it began to glow with an awesome light. I thought this meant the goddess might acknowledge my wish and was about to grant it. But Shegveen did not change. He still refused to come out of that pot, and he remains upset as ever. He even advised me to become an adventurer and go on a long journey with him. No way am I doing that. Wait, come out of what pot now? It almost sounds like he's sort of potted. He's some sort of potted flower. That's right, Shegveen is presently a flower in a pot. I mean, that's pretty alright, isn't it? He can live next to the tree, and I can take care of him, water him, drink tea, and sing for him. But he always says that no matter where he goes, he must be sure of his place, something he learned from his venturing, and the pot is his place. Coax and cajole as I might, I can't get him out of that pot. The goddess didn't make my wish come true, and I don't know what the matter is. Sorry for going on like that. Must have taken quite a bit of your time there. The Whispering Isle is that way. Perhaps the goddess will be more willing to hear your wish. That's a long ways. And I'm sure I can fly all the way over there. Yeah. This is decreasing our stamina consumption, and then so is the food on top. Yeah, I don't know how you would do this if you don't have some kind of stamina reduction or extra stamina bars. I feel like it's pretty much a requirement for this quest. Definitely heard something over there. Offer your weapon bright and dispel the dense days as light does night. Strike it? Not sure.
A stroke of good luck. and a very welcome one. If these items are unclaimed, we may take them without controversy.
Present your armor strong that the guards that guards your heart lest it go wrong. This should be the dragon scale that Penuel used to wish then. It can't be retrieved. Seems like he really did make a wish. Nope, no use. The scale won't come off. Guess the goddess liked the gift after all. Investigates. There's a tail, this and below. Okay. Three statues, and it looks like we're gonna have to offer them 2 more gifts. But what should we offer? Paimon hasn't a clue. Any thoughts? If it should be related to the wish, we should offer that lamp. That makes sense. Essenor's wish is to see the lamp hung high for all to see, right? Well, just about clears up the, just clears armor, but we haven't any clue where to begin with weapons. Could it be a sword, a polearm? There's way too many options.
Rice 11234 says offer payment.
Is Paimon our wish? The statue of the goddess reacted to the dragon scale. Perhaps the 2 gifts we need have to do with dragons. Dragon-related stuff. Hang on. Didn't we pick up something that resembles a horn from inside that mountain? That's right, and it looked like a sword. That's got to be the weapon we're looking for. That sounds sensible, and looks sensible too. The point is the whole idea is most sensible. On point. The problem is, though, that Pauline's wish isn't granted even after making a wish using the dragon scale. But the scale and the horn are our only clues right now, so we may as well give it a try. That said, Whispering Isle is pretty big, huh? The 3 goddess statues up there are huge too. If this was an ordinary adventure story, there would be mysterious treasures hidden under the statues or something. On that note, we should take a closer look around. You never know when we're gonna find something nice. Let's see. I've got no problem taking a little stroll. The goddess might, probably won't mind, will she? Just be careful. See instead of touch. Must less break. Besides, we've already found the weapon, haven't we? It's settled then. As to whether we go treasure hunting or wishing to the goddess first, well, that's up to you. Thank you for giving us the option, Paimon. I'm so glad that Paimon makes these decisions for us. Okay. So I think this one, we give it this. That's all 3. That sound effect reminds me of Legend of Zelda. Yeah. Very similar. It's magical. These headphones are really incredible, honestly. Essenor, oh, it's good to see you. I knew I could trust you, and the light that shone my way. I give you my word, dear friend. And now that you're back, as for the light, however, you have our two guests to thank. Skies above, that was you then? I thought you had been stranded on that island when I saw you on my return trip, which is why I invited you on board.
11234 says man. I love this music.
Trust me, on these headphones it's crazy. Words fail to describe how thankful I am to you. How that radiance not reached my ship, I'm sure I would have been utterly lost at sea. Let me see. I'm going to try turning it all the way up to 100% on that. I see. Also, what happened to your lighthouse, S. Norir? What happened to this place? What exactly did I miss? Snore. Oh wow, okay. A dragon crashed into the village and another waterfall behind it? That really is a lot. I'm going to have to ask you to give me all the details when you've got the time. Well, I have the time right now. I have time anytime, in fact. I've managed to clean up a little area where, yeah, we can have some tea and cakes and enjoy the fragrance of the flowers while we're at it. Really? Then that would be no problem at all. In fact, I've been looking forward to this. I'll show you new samples I've collected too. You'll not believe all the different types of flowers and bugs I've encountered. It's just a shame that my bag is so small. I shall bring a larger one next time for sure. Next time you'll leave again, I presume? Don't worry, our time together is lengthy still, Esnoir. The time we have now is more sufficient for me to tell you about about all the new things I've seen, I assure you. Yes, I'm a venturer. To venture is my calling. Don't go, Rosal. Have you not noticed how some of your colleagues become strange when they return? They fret about the value of carpets and hats, but not about which is more beautiful or intricately made. Don't be angry, Esnuir. We can speak about this later. I brought you flower seeds from outside, one with contours and colors. I'm sure you've never seen before. Ah yes, dear guests, you too should take some of these marvelous new gifts I've obtained from outside. Consider them a token of gratitude. Thank you for lighting the way to my ship, and also taking care of Esnoir. Now that the light illuminates the way, I'm sure the other venturers will also begin returning to the village. I hope they can rest well. After all, there are many far-off places that await their exploration
also,
still.
I heard they nerfed some domains.
Oh, they did? Why nerf? I feel like, if anything, most of the game could use a major buff. Like, yeah. I feel like we should have higher world levels, like world level 9 and 10.
Rice Farmer 11234 says there are less enemies.
Okay. So we are getting a world level 9 soon. I feel like, yeah. I feel like if we had less enemies but stronger enemies, it would kind of be a better change. As I don't feel like the number of enemies that we have is so much the problem as the strength of the enemies. I feel like it would be cool to see more powerful versions of Abyss Mages, for example. I think that would be really cool. Only not the water and ice combination. That's a really annoying combination.
Ad Ast. Thank you for
She's saying inappropriate stuff.
Ad Astra.
Catherine is being inappropriate. How could you, Catherine? We expect better from Catherine. Yeah, exactly.
Rice Farmer 11234 says thank you for com.
Yeah, she tells us add ass and thank you for cum. So yeah, she's being very inappropriate there. We expected better from Catherine, but no. Being very dirty. That's actually a really good area to tell if there's too much reverb or not. I feel like... yeah. I feel like this is actually a really good test if there's too much reverb or not. Might be a little bit much. Let me see, 80%. I'm not sure if it comes across on the stream at all. I'm not sure how the DAC amp presents itself over stream. If I turn it off, it's going to be very narrow. Yeah. 80% seems like it's really kind of narrow, honestly.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I finally got C2 sucrose.
Ooh. $85% seems like a pretty good mixture. I don't know. Yeah, it's really interesting because these are planar magnetic headphones rather than your typical dynamic headphone. So they have a very different sound signature to them. Oh. It does not sound like other headphones, that's for sure. Seems like 90% may be a bit much, but 80% might be a little bit too little, so I feel like the proper balance is about 85%, which is crazy. Like, I can kind of show you here. Like, on the other headphones that I've had, they balance out, like, in-game, the amount of surround slash... it's kind of more of just soundstage that they can really handle is around 70%. before stuff starts getting too muddy. Like, yeah, if you feed a pair of headphones too much sound stage, they kind of become too muddy and indistinct. These, it's like we have to go somewhere between like 80 to 90%, I would say, is about the right, even like all the way up to 100% sometimes. So it's like crazy. This is like between 80 and 100% for the Sundaras for planar magnetic, and then before with the Tigers PC38X, what were they? Philips Fidelio X2HRs. It was also between 70 and 80%. Ship 9600s and 9500s were also between 70 and 80%. I've never had headphones that I've had to or have been able to drive as much of the soundstage into them as this. I think the reason behind it is because these drivers are so thin and so fast and capable of so much more resolution that they can actually resolve a much larger sound stage than other headphones. Other headphone drivers are simply not capable of resolving that big of a sound stage, which is just incredible. Like, even the Tigers have just been so high fidelity, it completely blew all of the other headphones that I completely had out of the water. And now that I have a good pair of planar magnetic headphones, it's like it blows even that out of the water. It's just crazy. The thing I really love about these more than anything is they really convey a sense of like scale. Like deep sounds that should sound really big and everything just sound really big, really impactful. Like, you go by those windmills in Genshin and you just kind of get a size, like a sense of the size that they are just by the sound. Like, the creaking and groaning from them is just like really clear and really deep. They're a very natural, very neutral headphone. All of the frequency response is very flat, but in a really good way. It definitely does not sound anything like any other pair of headphones I've ever had. Like, even with the Tigers, even with how good those were, it still sounds like you're listening to a pair of headphones. These, the best way I can describe it, it's like, it doesn't seem like you're listening to a pair of headphones any longer. It seems like you're just kind of listening to how they mixed it and how they recorded it. It's like there's nothing between you and the sound. It's like you're just listening to the sound without the pair of headphones is how it sounds like. It's really quite crazy. Isn't that in Mondstadt? Yeah, the Great Tree of Windrise. Charged attack, Animo. I think that's gonna be Sucrose. Sucrose time, eh? I think that's gonna be Sucrose.
My experiment.
Well, I didn't deploy. How does it... With the footsteps now, it sounds like it could be a bit wider. Seems like it's not quite the width that it should be. Yeah. Let me see. So if I put it to 100%, let me listen to the footsteps again. Oops. Yeah, if you listen closely, you kind of hear. It's kind of a, yeah, it's kind of overdoing it at 100%. It's like not by that much actually though. %90 seems to actually be a good balance with these. The 80% actually seems too narrow. It's crazy. I've never had a pair of headphones, like especially in game, where you really want somewhere around 90% on that scale. Like the PC38X, which is a really good headphone for positional audio, you only need like 70%. It can't resolve anything higher than 70%. The driver's not good enough to do it. The Tiger can kind of resolve up to about 80% on that scale. Anything higher and it can't really resolve it. I've never had a headphone where I've had to or have been able to do it like that. Okay. Oops, not that. Let's see. Backpack. So we want our camera. Yes. Yeah, it seems like the tree is kind of off more to this side.
I just need a moment to quickly take down some notes.
Oh, wait. We can also affect the zoom. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Did that do it? Maybe? Oh, do I just need to... Okay, so I don't know if I actually need to take all of the pictures. I think I can just go take one of the pictures. Okay, so what's this one's requirements? Use an elemental skill. Hydro. Okay. I think this one, we want you.
This is...
Yes, this is destiny, indeed. Yeah. Did I complete all of the objectives? Oh, will it give me any additional rewards if I get that compared to if I don't? I'm not sure. Let me see. So,
Witness mine!
okay, so I need to have it switch to this and then use it. Okay. Her hair changes too, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
How brilliant!
So they wanted us to get a picture of Farina playing with her thing, is basically what it is. Okay, so it just gives us a golden thing there. It doesn't actually give us a better reward. Okay. Photograph Mondstadt City, walking or running, wielding pyro with a claymore. Diluc? That seems like Diluc to me. Don't really know who else fits that description. But did they say Polearm or Claymore?
What's our
remember.
objective?
So this one. Claymore, yeah. Oh wait, yeah, I need to check the location. Should be this one, yeah. Oh, he has the black glider on? He would kind of be a cool character to max, honestly. Let me see. Yeah. I don't have that one. That would be a really cool outfit for him, actually. It's definitely better than black, honestly. That one, though, is... I think that might be his best option. No. That's actually not bad. Interesting, because that's actually not bad. The dual color one I thought was kind of interesting, too. I think that's probably his best option, though. Okay. I think I completed all of those objectives there. Yeah. So So, photograph Foggy Forest Path. Character is using a normal attack. They're wielder of Cryo and from Fontaine. That seems like what's his face. Cryo Fontaine user, I'm pretty sure that has her name, and actually I was only thinking of him, but yeah, she actually would qualify as well. Oops. I need to go to L to change it. She's a healer who kind of feels like a DPS, in all honesty.
Nearer to the action is closer to the truth.
Oh, she is. Oh, man. Oh, she is too cute. She is. Oh, man. I don't know how old she is. Let me see. How old is she? Would this even be legal? I don't know. Who is she? Let me see. Charlotte. Okay. She's legal. This is crazy.
Rice Farmer 11234
she's thought
says
to be
checking if
16
she's
or
legal is
so.
crazy.
I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't be doing journalism if she was only 16. I feel like she's got to be older. They're saying 22 to 25? Yeah, they're saying 22 to 25. It's pretty much all a
Rice Farmer
guess,
11234 says you really digging deeper.
Yeah. No. April 10th was when she was released, I think is what that is. Aloy be okay. Candace. Okay, let's see what they say on here. Charlotte 22 to 25. That seems more likely than 16. I don't... The way that she behaves is quite young, but... I don't know. Her being a journalist and stuff, it seems like she's an older character. Seems like she just kind of has a spunky, fun personality. Which is where I could get that someone might think that she's around 16, but I don't really think so. Okay, character is using a normal attack, so she will be taking a picture. We got a picture of her taking a picture. I don't know. To me, she is way up there on sexiness and appeal. Like, yeah. Like, yeah. On the level of would smash, must smash, she is quite high. To me. Let me see. Let me see. Character, idle animation, character wields Geo, pole arm. I think that's Yoon Jin. I don't see who that would be besides Yoon Jin.
Rice Farmer 11234 says Must is insane.
Yeah. See when she goes into idle. Come on, opera dancer lady, go into your idol. Haven't moved a thing. There we go. She is performing. She is in the midst of her performance. I don't know. To me, Yunjin doesn't have a very attractive model, personally.
Rice Farmer 11234 says totally get angle.
We should get the angle with Charlotte, in my opinion. I think she's probably got some of the best angles.
Rice Farmer 11234 says it's more of a personality.
Yeah? I don't know. Kind of. I don't know. My personal preference is kind of weird, honestly. I don't quite understand why I'm attracted to certain people myself sometimes.
Rice Farmer 11234 says have you seen that glitch where when you look down it won't get blurred?
Maybe? I don't know. My tendency actually tends to be some of the older characters, though. Which is interesting because Charlotte kind of appears to be one of the younger ones, so I don't know. Charged attack with Electro. Sword wielder. Okay, I think that's Kaching. Yeah.
Rice Farmer 11234 says you into older women.
Kaching. Or not Kaching. What's her face? Lisa. She's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, female character model. Big time naughty appeal.
Let's finish this quickly.
Clarion is actually pretty up there, honestly. And I'm pretty sure she's older. Yeah, Dia would also be pretty up there
Rice Farmer
too.
11234 says a home to hire.
Yeah, Dia. Honestly, Candace's model is not bad. Not bad at all, honestly. Hers a character, she's not that powerful, but her character model is pretty freaking awesome. Kuki is another one. She's actually somewhat older. Kuki is one of the older ones. She's probably...
Rice Farmer 11234 says Beidou.
Yeah, Beta's pretty good. Xinyan.
Rice Farmer 11234 says Xinyan.
Shenhe. Yeah, Shenhe definitely. Yep. Shenhe just has the curves. Like, yeah. Shenhe's an obvious choice. Like, yeah, you can't really beat that curvature. For me, I do kind of have a tendency towards older women, if anything. Curvature is a plus, but honestly, some of the smaller women are some of the most attractive to me. Like, if she tiny, that's kind of like big attraction factor for me. Yeah, fun size. If they're fun size,
Rice Farmer
that's like a big attraction factor for me. Smaller, not necessarily younger. Smaller and actually generally older is kind of the factor for me. Interestingly enough, she doesn't actually fit into that category.
11234 says fun.
The lollies don't fit into that category because they're just too young. It's like, no. But characters like her do. So I don't know. I have an interesting... My attractions are very interesting.
Rice Farmer 11234 says ahem Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi. Which one is Chi-Chi? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the one character, that's one of those characters I haven't drawn, that everyone seems to have drawn. Chi-Chi. Yeah, she's supposedly legal.
1, 2, 3.
I would definitely not even consider
4,
that.
and
Klee is not.
Dodoco?
Let me see.
Rice Farmer 11234
Characters
says
that are
IRC one
supposedly
skeptical
legal. Yeah,
smiley.
Nahita's supposedly super legal. Nahita would supposedly be one of the most legal characters in the entire game.
Rice Farmer 11234 says Yamiko.
Oh yeah, Mika is big on the attraction scale. Arlecchino is too, let's be honest. I think everyone... Oh yeah, Yelan too. Eula. Yeah, Eula's another really big one on that
Rice
factor.
Farmer 11234 says Alcchino, Navia, Nyla.
Yeah. There's certain characters where I think pretty much anyone would be attracted to them. Jean, I don't know.
Rice Farmer
I can
11234
kind of see
says
Jean.
Jean.
Shogun, yeah. Coco Fish, yeah. Coco Fish would actually be pretty high up there for me personally. Miko is like, yeah. You don't know about
Rice
the
Farmer
Coco Fish?
11234 says it about Kokomi.
Oh man. I don't know how it wouldn't be Coco Fish. This one, okay. Was it a charge attack or something? Electro. Using a charge attack, yeah. I should have done the picture earlier. Oh, she disappeared from the pictures. That was interesting.
Rice Farmer 11234 says it if breeding with a fish would be good.
Just think, all your children would be semi-aquatic.
Speed of light.
I don't know, if I were to do a personal list of characters that I find the most attractive, it would be at the very top. It's kind of hard to say, actually. Mia, no, not really.
Rice
She's
Farmer
really,
11234
she's a really
says
strong
how about you,
character.
Mia?
Oh gosh, there's some really good options for me. It's hard to choose.
Rice
Who
Farmer
would be at the very
11234
top,
says
though?
Rosaria.
Yeah, she's hot, but yeah, I don't know. Oh gosh, would it be... I don't know if it would be Sucrose per se.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I've never seen anyone contemplate between wafers.
No, the contemplation is super hard here because there's big competition for the #1 spot. I don't...
Wait for my
I'm
signal.
gonna say that she might be my #1, actually. #2 might actually be her. Can I? Yeah, I can move her. Okay. #3. I think it would have to be Sucrose. I think it would
I
have to
want
be
to help.
Sucrose. #4. There's some good contenders for #4, honestly. There's Lisa. And Miko would also be another big one for that spot. Eula. Shen is a pretty big contender, so is Ganyu, though, actually. Ganyu's actually a pretty big
Rice Farmer
contender.
11234 says
So is
Pharrell,
Coriand.
Bidu, Dehaya, Alpchino.
Coriand is actually a pretty big contender for the number 4 spot.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I like how all 4 of them are able to snap my neck.
I think it would have to be Lisa, actually. I think it would have to be Lisa. Shogun is pretty... I think it would have to be Lisa. It would have to be Lisa. She is such a flirt, too. I think these would have to be my top 4 picks. Personally. Another big reason for Charlotte here is because she can capture evidence and use it for later review. So,
Rice Farmer 11234 says a soft spot for Electro IC.
yeah, I would say so. The Electro characters are some of the hottest ones, honestly. Yeah, I mean, you think like Kuki, Lisa, Shogun, Clorand, yeah, there's some really hot characters in Electro. I don't know, though. Kuki in the number 1 spot? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Sucrose is just like, yeah, she's really hot. Just something. I think it's kind of her personality too. But yeah, that would kind of be my waifu list. I see. So did we complete? Okay, I guess we completed all of those then. I think one of the next ones that I'm gonna have to max out is gonna be Lisa. Lisa's gonna have to be the one of the next ones. Okay. Her blade is really cool. How that works. Band is honestly way up there though. So I did complete all of my dailies, right? Yeah, I think so.
Rice
I don't
Farmer
know if Abyss is
11234 says why not
reset.
Charlotte?
Charlotte, which one is Charlotte? No, Charlotte was on the list, yeah. Where is she? Yeah, Charlotte was on the list. What pictures does she even have here? Not sure how super viable she is, though. It doesn't seem like she's probably the most viable character, at least from what I know of her kit. Her burst has a very low duration. She does heal everybody, though, so she does have that advantage. A-tier healer and support, supposedly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Her burst is only a 4-second duration, alright? I think it is. I think that's right. Yeah, it's only a 4-second duration with a 20-second cooldown. The good thing is that she heals everybody. Yeah, it scales off of attack. Has a heavy energy requirement, yeah. Why tenacity of the Millilith, though? An elemental skill hits an opponent attack of the nearby party members. That doesn't seem like it would be that optimal. I think, yeah, Noblesse Oblige, yeah. I could see that, most definitely. Because then, after using your burst, they get 20% more attack for 12 seconds. And the hope is to keep the burst up as much as possible. Well, with her, yeah. So why tenacity of the Millilith? We're getting a health bonus, which isn't going to do any good for her.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I'm working on pre-farming for Zhongli.
When is he going to be on the banner? She doesn't shield anybody. She doesn't scale off of health. I mean, this is like a 20% attack buff.
Rice Farmer 11234 says probably 4.1.
And it's an elemental skill, not burst. So I think this would only be triggered once by her element. Let me see her elemental skill. So that's only a 6-second duration. Focused mark duration is 12 seconds. Okay. So focused impression mark duration is 12 seconds. So yeah, that could be a long up time for that then. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I could kind of see that actually. I think the snappy one is just when you press it. I think the other one would be when you hold it, right? So let me go to my party. Let me see.
Hold that pose!
Okay, so yeah, I think that would be press. That does actually have quite a long cooldown even when just pressed. Then hold. Wait. No, that wouldn't be correct. Okay, how do you get the other one? Because then it just goes into camera mode, which is like, I'm gonna look at a guide for her actually. It's weird. Charlotte guide. Charlotte. Okay.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the complete Charlotte guide. Charlotte is the newest 4-star healer that was released in version 4.2 alongside Farina and Baiju's banners. In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about Charlotte, talking about what she does, how to play her, and how to best build her, covering her best weapons, artifacts, and teams. Before we begin, I want you guys to know that I do stream most nights on Twitch, link in the description if you're interested, and with that being said, I want to get right into the video. Alright, so starting things off, what does Charlotte actually do and how do you play her? Well, her abilities are pretty straightforward. She has a camera and likes to take pictures, and so you'll see that even your normal attacks and charge attacks are pretty unique because you're just using your camera. The main thing you need to know about your normal attack, even though Charlotte is primarily a support and a healer character, is that as a cryo catalyst, all of her attacks will deal cryo damage, meaning that if you ever need more cryo in your team, you can always use her normal attacks and spend a bit of time on field on her. It's also worth noting that Charlotte's normal attacks have a pretty decent amount of AoE and a pretty long range, which can make her feel like a nicer on-field option. Also, something I wanted to mention is for your charge attacks, you can cancel it super early. Like, that's the whole animation. But if I do it here and then just dash, it'll still go, right? So if you plan on using your Charlotte from on-field and want a charge attack, know that you can cancel it really early by dashing or jumping. Also worth noting that her charge attack does have a Numa aligned hit, which can help against certain Fontaine enemies. More importantly though, her elemental skill and burst are going to be the core parts of her kit. Her elemental skill is somewhat similar to Nahida's in the sense that you can tap or hold it, and when you do, it'll mark enemies. When you tap it, it'll mark up to 5 opponents near you, doing a quick snapshot in front of you and marking the enemies that you hit. The enemies that are marked will then take cryo damage at fixed intervals, being hit once every 1.5 seconds, with the mark lasting for 6 seconds. This means that it'll trigger 4 different times, with each hit having a pretty okay scaling. With that in mind, you can also hold your ability where you'll enter a finisher frame state, you'll take more of an actual picture, and you can freely move as you're doing this. Now, where this ability will greatly differ to, for example, Nahida's mark is not only can you move during it, which is nice, but also the way it marks enemies is a lot worse. You actually have to take a long time to mark the enemies. It'll take over a second of just charging up to go from the first form of the mark, as you can see, to the second one, with the second one applying its different and unique sort of upgraded mark, which is way better than the basic tap one. In fact, if you let go of the hold too early, it'll just apply the same mark as when you tap your skill, whereas if you hold it and wait until your mark sort of upgrades, as you can see by a visual cue, you will enter the finisher frame state and apply a bigger mark onto enemies, which deals more damage, lasts longer, and more importantly will generate more particles. In fact, while the cooldown is longer, you'll go from a 12-second cooldown to an 18-second cooldown on your skill. Typically, you're only going to be using 1 skill per rotation, especially if your rotation's around 20 seconds, which lines up with Furina's cooldowns, and you will generate 5 cryo particles instead of 3. This is really important as Charlotte's burst is a core part of her kit, and she is a very energy hungry character, as we'll see in the coming sections. And so being able to hold your skill to get more energy and mark the enemies for longer is pretty important. The mark actually lasting for twice as long, 12 seconds instead of 6, hitting enemies up to 8 times instead of 4, is actually very relevant because not only will you deal more cryo damage, apply more cryo and allowing you to proc more reactions, but also have better uptime on artifact sets like, for example, Tenacity the Millith, which we'll talk about later and can be good at buffing your team's overall damage. Because of this, holding your skill is typically recommended, but there can be uses to pressing it as well. But just know that there are multiple ways of using this ability. Another thing I wanted to mention regarding your hold that is very different to Nahida's is that you'll only mark the enemy that is with based on your attack. This will heal your active character, but also everyone else in your party. And then after, while the ability is active, lasting for 4 seconds, it will continuously regenerate your on-field party member for a bit more HP. This amount of burst healing is actually really good. For a 4-star, it's very surprisingly strong. And while in a lot of teams, how much you heal isn't the end-all be-all for a healer, with Furina, who is the newest 5-star, the Hydra Archon that Charlotte is released alongside of, having a good amount of healing is actually really important. Furina drains all of your character's HP to convert it into more damage through her burst and also her skill, making it to where you actually want to have a healer that can heal all of your party members at the same time and that can do a lot of healing. And Charlotte can actually do just that. While her damage isn't particularly amazing and she does need a lot of energy to make her burst work, if you can do that, can get your energy and can use your burst on cooldown, the amount of healing you gain is actually really good, and it is to all of your party members. Right now, I'm going to be using a burst on my Charlotte with my level 80 Favonius Codex, which should be level 90. I just don't have the weapon mats. And even despite that, even despite using a weapon that doesn't give me attack and isn't even fully leveled, with a talent level 8 Charlotte, I am still essentially fully healing my party just by using my burst every 20 seconds. Keep in mind that usually with Furina, your characters are only going to be around 50% HP when you're healing because you don't really want to go under that, and Charlotte should really easily be able to heal that back up. For normal, like attack scaling characters, like my Diluc here, for example, I can fully
Yeah, his health went from really low to full.
heal him from no HP, whereas with someone like Furina, who scales on max HP, if she's really low, I might not
Yeah, she's
be
really
able to
low
fully
here.
heal her in one burst press, but obviously with higher investment, you might
Wow, she went up like quite a bit.
be able to
though.
with your first constellation, which I'll touch on shortly. You also will gain a lot of healing, but even without that, you can easily heal your character you might be able to. With your first constellation, which I'll touch on shortly, you also will gain a lot of healing. But even without that, you can easily heal your characters at least the 50% HP that they'll be down, and usually be able to full heal your entire party. This big amount of burst healing, which obviously can be way higher if you optimize your Charlotte, is something that makes her really nice and a good healer slot for Farina team. Breaking, a lot of teams would prefer a healer that'll also buff you with more damage, but having this big amount of healing that can even be ran at low investment, while also having good supportive weapons and artifact sets that she can make use of, and applying a bit of cryo, can make her
So she's kind of like Barbara in a sense.
definitely a strong healer option when you
She's kind of like Cryo Barbara.
need a lot of healing, like with Farina or in some crowd teams as well. Do keep in mind though that her burst has a 20-second cooldown with an 80 energy cost, and this 80 energy cost is a big cost. It's the main reason why you want to be holding your skill to get more energy, actually getting as many crowd particles as you can, and also running a lot of energy recharge on her, as we'll cover in the build section shortly. The damage of this ability and even her skill is nothing too amazing. Like you can kind of optimize it because you're scaling on attack anyways, but it's really not the most, and you're primarily using her for the big amount of healing that she gives all of your party members. In fact, I did want to mention her C1 as well. Charlotte's healing is genuinely pretty good at C0 as a party-wide, basically full heal. Your C1 can definitely help a lot, just give you way more healing, even if your investment isn't as high. In fact, what it'll do is as soon as you heal a character with your burst, you will mark them with verification, and then afterwards you will heal them once every 2 seconds for 6 seconds, which means 3 times for 80% of Charlotte's attack. This is a lot of bonus healing. Genuinely, it's a good amount of just passive extra healing if your burst wasn't enough. While for a lot of characters, you may already have enough healing, for HP scaling ones like my Farina, who right now at my current medium to high-ish levels of investment, I am fully healing at 50% HP, but not fully healing from like 1 HP. This C1 would definitely help give me a bonus amount of healing, allowing you to top up some characters that you might otherwise not be able to. It's really a big amount and definitely a good first constellation that can just make healing a lot easier for you. Moving on, for Charlotte's passive talents, first of all, you'll get a pretty big...
I don't like the way his mic sounds. He has like a high amount. He has like a very high hiss in his microphone. It's really annoying.
Big cooldown decrease on your elemental skill if you hold it and apply the focused impression as you're
That or it's a compression artifact. It's really annoying.
defeating opponents. So in multi-wave content or against a lot of mobs, you'll be able to reduce the cooldown of your skill by 2 seconds every time you defeat an opponent, triggering up to 4 times after first constellation. And even just in general, when you understand the fact that she's also alongside Farina's banner, who's a character that really wants a good healer in your team, as she'll constantly be draining all of your party members' HP, the burst heal that Charlotte will give you on her elemental burst to all of your party members at the same time is honestly pretty impressive for a 4-star character. Not only, as I said, does it get better with constellations, but I think that paired with the fact that she can also give your team some buffs, not the most, but through supportive artifact sets and weapons, paired with good healing and also having the potential to be ran on field if you want to, for example, fire your Synchro's Rain Swords, your Beto's Lightning, or your Yelan's coordinated attacks. Because of this, when built correctly, I really do think she's a pretty decent 4-star healer, surprisingly strong, especially with Farina, and Charlotte is a character who's a 4-star, accessible, and on Farina's banner, and I'm actually surprised and happy with her healing. Outside of Farina teams, she's less meta, but still can give you a lot of healing, and for people that want to play her as an on-field driver / auto attacker, you definitely can as well, as she'll apply a decent amount of cryo from on-field and be useful in that regard. Keep in mind, it doesn't really change how you want to build her too much. I don't recommend going full DPS, as most of the teams where you're picking her, you want the healing as well. So we're primarily going to be focusing on how to build her to optimize her healing and utility and value, but keep in mind that you can build her a bit more damage if you want, and I'll go over it briefly when we talk about artifact.
I don't know. When I held it down, it seemed like a really weird photo mode. Might be different if there's actual enemies. No, that's not at all like, what the heck? We have to get in combat first? No, that's not even the same at all. What? When I hold it down, it's completely different than what he was showing. Did they update it or something? Yeah, that's not at all the same.
Take these photos to the Steambird. Animal test 6308. Swirl, Mark 2. Absorption test. Dissipate.
Yeah, let's see.
Animal test 6308. Stand with me.
I don't know. How are we supposed to hold it then? Is it because of my Z being the way it is? Will it work differently if I didn't know? It still enters like a full-blown camera thing. It's supposed to mark enemies, and that's like not even how it showed that it marks them at all.
Smile.
Yeah, what the heck?
Say cheese. Hold that pose.
What? Did they break it or something? I don't know. That's not at all what it looked like at all. It's like as you hold it, you can move around and stuff. Like in the video she was in frame, it was marking enemies.
Say cheese.
It does not do that here. Like she is nowhere in frame and it doesn't mark enemies. What on earth is wrong with her elemental skill here? Let me see. Charlotte's skill bug. Make sure the gadget special analysis zoom lens is deactivated. What? How do you do that? Special analysis zoom lens. What? How do we turn that thing off then? What? How to turn off special analysis zoom lens. Zoom lens gadget. What zoom lens gadget?
Mm-hmm. Smile.
Oh my.
Hold that pose!
Oh my goodness. Why did they even make it that way?
Say cheese!
Yeah, that's a pretty good cryo application there. She's probably got some of the best cryo application in the game. Cause yeah, it just sticks
Restreambot says
directly
YouTube.
to them.
To the brains UWSG.
What's good? Genshin Impact. Checking out stuff here. Dragonu actually has really good cryo application though. And so does Layla. Yeah. I think those three probably have some of the best cryo application then.
If you keep your eyes peeled and your mind engaged, you'll find there's always a new story nearby just waiting to be discovered.
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains, can you showcase your play?
My Clee? Oh yeah. I see. Where?
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains Purina at LVL 20.
Which one? Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't yet maxed her out. She's on the list of the many characters that I need to max. Takes a long time to max characters. Let's see. Should I? Yeah, I'll show her in this domain. I think, yeah, I can farm it here.
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains trust she's great.
Oh, that's not the problem. The problem is farming stuff for people. Like this artifact set that I've probably been farming for a solid month now. That I still have yet to get a good circlet on. For Clarand.
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains, are you on Europe server?
No, US.
No, my sword!
The ping is just horrible here.
I'm going in!
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
I hate these
Restreambot
shields
says
of theirs.
YouTube. To the brains, I understand the artifact pain, LOL.
Yeah. No kidding. Let's see.
Witness the power of Gugwa! Huh? Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
Don't be scared. My guiding star. Pew! Woo! Ah, la la la.
Rain cutter! I'm going in!
Stars, shine for me.
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains clay goat for real?
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa!
Clee is very good.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Don't be scared. Not now.
She doesn't shred this nearly as fast as a lot of the other characters that I have, though. She's still a lot of fun, though. Like if I show you Clarand shreds it way faster. And I haven't even been able to find a good circlet for Clarand yet.
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains, do you also play Honkai Star Rail?
No. I've played some Wuthering Waves, though. I've played quite a bit of Wuthering Waves. I like that. I played a little bit of Honkai Star Rail, but it's not really my cup of tea. It feels more like turn-based Genshin, which is just kind of pointless. You know that they haven't properly done a turn-based game when they have an autoplay feature. The very millisecond that you see an autoplay feature in a turn-based game, you know that they didn't do it right. In my opinion.
Final warning! Fire it up! Supporting fire!
Power that ended high shot!
Ready!
Restreambot says YouTube. To the brains, would you try Zenless Zone?
No. It also seems like a not that great of game.
Check this out!
I think it's going to be immediately polluted by stuff like Neverless, Everless.
Loaded.
I think it's going to immediately be irrelevant when stuff like that comes out. And, what's the other one? There was that other game that was very similar to it. It just seems like as soon as anything open world comes out similar, it's gonna immediately be dead.
To the brains agreed, lol.
Yeah. I feel like it's just gonna immediately be dead as soon as anything open world comes out that's like it, because it's just so closed instanced.
Fire it up! Supporting fire!
Power that ended high shot!
Ready!
Ship, time to testify.
Rice from a 11234 says I haven't played ZZZ in a week.
Yeah. It never really seemed like that great of a game to me. Like, Hoyo can definitely make some really good games, obviously. But, I don't know. I just never really felt like they did that good of a job with Zenless Zone and Honkai Star Rail. Like, Honkai Star Rail, I feel like they did a pretty good job, but, I think they just really didn't understand what the entire point of turn-based gameplay is. Like, it's for strategy and difficult content. Stuff where you actually have to plan ahead for
Rice
your
from a
moves.
11234 says I think they believe that the fighting mechanic can carry the game, and for me that's just not true.
Yeah, I don't even really think that Zenless Zone Zero has that great of fighting mechanics to it from what I've seen. Like, it just seems like Zenless Zone is very much closed instanced, and there's like no exploration to it because everything is closed
Restreambot
instance.
says YouTube. To the brains, is there a character you wish to see 6R5 in the future?
C6. Gosh. I don't know. The 5 stars are much harder to C6. I don't know that there would be. Maybe Clarion, actually. And I never really wail for people, though, is the thing. I haven't really wailed for anybody, even Arlecchino. I really wanted Arlecchino, too. I didn't get her and I didn't wail for her. Gosh. If Dia was viable, I would want to C6 her. Farina, I would say, is another one that I would want to C6. If Dia was viable, I would want to C6 her. If she was viable. But they completely dropped the ball on her kit. Like, completely and totally, no question. They did her very dirty on launch. The people that don't say so don't know what they're talking about and are delusional and are telling themselves things. They're lying
Rice
to
Farmer
themselves.
11234 says probably Zhongli for me cause it Kai just like Geo.
Yeah. I'd say they dropped the ball just as much on Dia, if not more, than they did on Zhongli on release. On release, Zhongli was a joke, and then they buffed him. Dia was just as much, if not more, of a joke, and they have never buffed her. Like, one character alone
Restream bot
that's
says
stronger
YouTube.
than her in
Chada
every
Brains
way.
excited for Natlan. Malso. C6 Furina is great.
Yeah.
I got lucky and got her 2x at pity 78.
It just drives me crazy when people are like, oh, she's not underpowered, she has this or that. It's like, she's literally less powerful in every way than characters like Beidou, who's a 4-star character, and Xingqiu, who's a 4-star character. They can both do more damage off-field, reduce more damage. In the case of Beidou, you can even get a freaking shield. Constellations are going to be much easier to get than a 5-star character. Like... And then her burst too. Like, what even is the duration of her thing? Let me see. Her duration on her E is what? I think it's 12 seconds. Yeah, it's a 12-second duration on a 20-second cooldown.
Rice Farmer 11234 says 4 stars outrank to higher in my opinion.
Yeah, they do. I mean, we've got a 15-second duration on a 20-second cooldown. You get the, like I said, 4 stars are much easier to get constellations.
She's also a good main DPS for Furina or Nuvolette.
Yeah, you get even C2 on her. You get an additional 2 jumps on her lightning. So her lightning will jump a total of 5 times. Then we take into account the scaling of this. The scaling is a good 200+% on here. So yeah, we take a good 200% multiplier and we multiply that by 5 jumps and we're at over 1,000% scaling. What other character in the entire game has that scaling? The only one that I know of that even comes close is Mona.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I think he doesn't have Navia.
Yeah.
Restream bot says YouTube. To the brains I see.
Yeah. And like, people either play Dia one of 2 ways. They either play her for this to mitigate damage, which makes her take damage instead, which is like, yeah, Furina, or what do you call her name? What does her skill max out at? Because Beidou's maxes out at 37%. What does hers max out at? Well, oh no, it won't tell me on here. Let's see. So if we go here, Beidou. Oh, no, not Beidou. Dia. And then, let me see. Where are you, Dia? There you are. Let's see, what is the maximum
Restream bot
scaling
says
of
YouTube.
her thing?
To the brains, do you plan to wish for Natlan characters?
Oh yeah. The one pyro character with the glasses looked very cool. Let's see. So the maximum, well, where is the okay. Okay, so her mitigation does actually go up to 56%. So her mitigation is actually quite good. The thing is though, like, why have mitigation when we can have very strong shielders, such as example, and such as example, and such as, where is she? Where's the little cat girl? Example.
Rice Farmer 11234 says
Zhongli.
maybe the Geo character depending if she's a good support. If she's a DPS then I'm not pulling.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if we're using her for mitigation, then we have shielders with 100% damage mitigation, So why would we use Dia when we can use a shielder with 100% damage mitigation? Why go for 56% when you can go for 100%? I would rather get 100%. So there right away, like, damage mitigation, like, unless this was a 25 second duration. Yeah.
Rice Farmer 11234 says he finally have a mini Geo user for Geo.
Yeah. She did look
Streambot says
interesting.
YouTube. Ta their brains got to go since it's 12:41 a.m. here.
Oh wow.
He'll hop on stream again sometime.
Yeah. But yeah, if this was like a 25 second duration, then maybe the mitigation would be worth it, because then it would be very easy with rotations to just keep that mitigation up 24/7. Easier than a lot of the shielding people. So there I could see it having a place. But when it's a 12-second duration, the same duration as a lot of shielders, and they can pretty easily mitigate 100% of the damage, and provide, like, not just crowd control resistance, but...
11234 says he streams in the middle of the night too sometimes, so you can come back by then.
Yeah, I stream at very random times, but yeah, like, and when we can have not only damage resist or crowd control resistance, but crowd control immunity with shielders, it just really irrelevants her elemental skill. So her elemental skill is already irrelevant compared to 4-star options. Already irrelevant. And then the damage that you can get from her burst for all, what do you call it? Is it only 4 seconds? I thought it was 7. Maybe it is only 4. Yeah, for all 4 seconds of her burst, her damage is not even that significant. And it's on an 18-second cooldown with 70 energy cost. So yeah, already she's working with a horrible burst. Her burst is worse than people like Diluc. People like Diluc can put out more damage, well, because of his elemental skill and burst, but yeah. People like, what's her name? Hu Tao can put out way more damage. So like, if you're using her for her elemental burst, she is just way outclassed. Who would be another person who just way outclasses her damage? Honestly, she's even outclassed and damaged by the likes of Yanfei. Even the likes of Yanfei, a 4-star character, can outdamage her. So, like... And her bursts... Okay, it is an 80 energy cost burst, but look at this, a 15-second duration. Yeah, I have used Yanfei before, and her damage is actually pretty dang good. So, like, her burst having as little damage as it does, for as short of a duration as it has, on as long of a cooldown as it has, with as much energy cost as it has, it was just horrible. And not only that, but when you're using her burst attacks count as burst attacks, not auto attacks. That means that you cannot trigger things like Xingqiu's swords when you are using her burst, and you can't use things like, you can't trigger things like Yelan's strings. So you can't actually vape on her burst. So yeah, very short duration burst that can't vape, can't get that damage multiplier, has a really long cooldown with a really high energy cost. It's just a horrible burst. So, like, yeah, either we're trying to use her for on-field damage, in which case she sucks, or we're trying to use her for her damage mitigation, which also sucks. So either way, she just sucks. And either way, there's 4-star characters that absolutely whoop her ass, and send her packing home. So, like, they dropped the ball so hard on her, and then some people have brainwashed themselves so hard into believing that, oh no, she's perfectly fine. It's just, no. Like, they get her ranking absolutely correct here. C tier DPS, if even that. Probably more like D tier. D tier sub DPS, D tier support. Like, yep.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I barely build gaming and I do like 40k,
Yeah.
60k a tick.
Yeah, and his burst has a 12-second duration, 15-second cooldown, 60 energy cost. He has much higher scaling on it, and he gets healing from it too, evidently. I didn't know that. Yeah, like, he just, yeah. The scaling is way better. I am honestly
Rice Farmer
just like
11234
so
says
mad
it
at
also
Hoyo
lets
for
you
how they
spam his
released
skill.
her. I was so looking forward to playing her. Like, I was really looking forward to playing her. I really wanted to max her out, play her everything. I was really looking forward to her. Like, she's probably one of my most anticipated characters. Then she gets released in the state that she did. I'm just like, oh my goodness, what have they done? I mean, they completely dropped the ball and they've never fixed it. And it wouldn't even take all that much to fix her. Like,
Rice
literally
Farmer
all that it would take to
11234
fix her.
says she takes too much
If you ever
investment
wanna
for
trade
damage that
tactics,
probably
I'm always
isn't worth
ready.
it.
Yeah, like either you're using her for mitigation, in which case she sucks. Honestly, I think if we're going to use her for mitigation, she's a 5-star character. Why is it not a shield? Why is it not a really strong freaking shield that gets built every time she freaking punches? And why is it not based off of her health? And why is her burst not based off of her health as well? I believe, yeah. Oh, no, wait, no, it is. Okay, so that one is based off of her health. But yeah, in my opinion, her shield should work like Toma's. Toma has a really nice long duration
Rice Farmer
shield
11234
that builds
says
every
I
time
take
he
a shield.
attacks. Yeah, exactly. A shield is much better than like a 50% damage mitigation, because with a shield you can get 100% damage mitigation. So why does she not have a shield that's at least on par with a 4-star character? Like, yeah, she's not even on par with a 4-star character, okay? So let's give her on her E, let's make it a freaking shield. that builds every time you auto, much like Toma's. That can apply Burgeon and Vape, and has a high enough damage that when it vapes, it's like not stealing damage. And or, well, no, just save the vaping for her burst. Make her burst count as autos, double the duration of it, if not more. Double, if not triple the duration of her burst. Make it vape. And honestly, if it was vaping for double to triple the duration, the other two could probably remain the same. I would say maybe reduce the cooldown to 15 seconds, though. And energy cost maybe reduced to 60. If they were to do that, it would completely overhaul her to the point where she's actually viable. That's the thing. Is like, it doesn't take that much. All you have to do is just change the way that certain things interact on her. And then she's golden. Like, how hard is it to make her bursts count as auto attacks and trigger Xingqiu swords and Yelan threads so that she can vape? Shouldn't be that hard. How long is it, or how hard is it to change the duration on her burst? Hard, like, I think that's probably the hardest thing, because they'd have to change her animations, I think.
Rice
Well,
Farmer
no.
11234 says they just need to make her feel like she's worth investing into.
Yeah, because I think they would just extend the duration from which she's punching. So I don't think it would be that hard to extend her duration, and make it count as autos. And then making this shield instead of damage mitigate, like, it's purely a numbers thing at that point. Like, yeah. All you have to do is just make a little animation for a shield on her. Like, it would be so freaking easy to fix, and they're not gonna do it. It's so annoying. Her banner too. Her banner did really horribly from what I remember. Let me see. Revenue history or something? Let me see if I can. Impact revenue chart. Okay, let me see. Is there a way to just see it at the end? Okay, can we drag this? Okay, we can kind of drag this. Okay, we want to drag it like here and pause. Okay. So, Dia. Where is she? She's probably going to be somewhere way towards the bottom. No. Why am I not finding it when I search for her name? Okay. Kazuha's name starts to come up when I search for him. D-E-H-A. What? Oh, D-H-Y-A. Okay. So yeah, her banner is clear down here. 13 million. I mean, it sounds like a lot of money, but compared to the other banners, like, oh my goodness. Yeah, she's a 5-star. This isn't a 4-star character or something. Yeah, her banner did horribly. The numbers don't lie. She's not that popular of a character at all. Like a lot of the characters that did poorly, it's much earlier in the game. Hmm? What do you mean? Eula and Klee. I think this would have been one of the earliest banners in the game. Klee would be another one of the earliest banners in the game.
11234 says now I heard
Let me
moaning.
see. Oh, that would be Dia. Yeah, that's Dia noises. Let me see, because I know we got another Klee run. So let me see if they have the second Klee run. Okay. So I guess Klee didn't actually do that good. I mean, her kit is kind of clunky. Oh, and then actually, no, the later rerun of her, she did way better. Yep. Because obviously, earlier in the game, they weren't quite making as much money as they are now. So a lot of these early banners, they did not do quite as well. But yeah, her banner just performed horribly, and she was not an early game character at all. Just performed horribly. Who was she alongside to? Let me see. Who is she alongside? Why does it not show the actual banner? I know that there was... Okay, she was alongside Sino. So where's Sino on there? Okay, so...
Rice from a 11234 says now the higher for not section.
Sino and Nayato. So his third rerun with alongside Venti, he did really well. Yeah, I'm not really surprised that he hasn't gotten that much attention though. I feel like most of the male characters haven't done that good. Yeah. Wait. Okay. I guess I got it. Yeah. It's just like... They really did her dirty. Like, really bad. I've lost so many 50-50s to her, too. I've lost now 4 50-50s to her. It's just... She's just not worth investing into.
If you ever want...
Just let me see what her constellations do. That gives her a bit more health.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I'll trade my C1 Chi-Chi.
Yeah. I would rather have Chi-Chi. The duration of the recreated Fiery Sanctum field. Oh. Be increased by 6 seconds. It doesn't do that much damage though. And then this, that just increases its level by 3. So I could kind of see using her E after the C2 with 6 seconds more duration that boosts it up to an 18-second duration. So with the higher levels of mitigation going up to 56% on an 18-second duration, I can kind of see it. But even still though, like we compare that to him, like he get a 15-second duration of him refreshing his shields. And yeah, each shield has a duration of 8 seconds. So if you refresh it, the last refresh on it at 15 seconds, then you have an additional 8 seconds from there. So that would be a good 23 seconds. 23 seconds of basically invulnerability, because his shield is strong enough to just make you invulnerable for 23 whole seconds. Versus even her C2 is only 18 seconds of 56% damage reduction. It's just like, when 4-star characters are stronger than the 5-star, and it's just, oh my goodness. They did her so dirty. They really did. I think we might go over to some Wuthering Waves, though. I'm running out of stuff to rant about. Let's see.
Rice Farmer 11234 says I'm struggling to open a package I got.
Oh no, what did you get? Just a second here, I want to see. Well, that's weird. I thought for a second a hissing noise that I was hearing was actually...
Rice Farmer 11234 says a backpack.
Oh, nice. I thought for a second that a hissing noise that I was hearing was coming from my headphones, but I unplugged them completely and it wasn't. Yeah, I'm not hearing it now. It's always weird when you think, oh, it's got to be coming from this, and it's not even.
Rice Farmer 11234 says imagine I said a body pillow.
Oh, nice. What